All right, so we're diving deep today, and sometimes these sources we get are pretty straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this one is deceptively simple. We've got The Honest Woodcutter.
Okay.
It's a short story, and it's like one of those things they give to people learning English.
Right.
But there's some interesting stuff here if we really dig in.
I think so.
So, what do we have? We've got a woodcutter, and he's poor, and he lives by this river, a deep river.
Deep River, yeah.
And this is like super important because one day he's chopping wood, and his axe,
Oh.
it just slips right out of his hand and goes kuplunk right into the water.
Oh, no. That's bad.
And this isn't just like, oh man, gotta go to the hardware store.
Right.
This is his livelihood. Gone. Just like that.
It's everything to him.
Yeah, how would you even, process that?
I'd be devastated.
Totally devastated.
Yeah, just like, what do you do?
Exactly.
Your whole life is suddenly up in the air.
So there he is by the river, just like I can only imagine, super bummed out.
Yeah.
And then, boom, a fairy appears.
Whoa, like out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, and she's like, hey, why the tears, buddy? And he's like, well, axe, river, gone, despair, the whole deal.
Right, right.
So the fairy, she dives right into that deep river
Okay.
and comes back up. A golden axe.
No way. Solid gold.
Solid gold. And she's like, is this your axe?
What a moment.
That's right. And the woodcutter doesn't even hesitate.
He's got to be thinking about it, though.
I'm sure. But he just says, nope, not mine.
Wow, so honest.
So honest. So then the fairy dives down again, and this time,
Another axe.
another axe. This
Yep.
one's silver, all shiny and beautiful.
Interesting.
Right. And she's like, is this your axe?
So tempting.
So tempting. But again, the woodcutter, without missing a beat, he says,
Not mine.
not mine.
Wow, that's real integrity.
Soul integrity.
Yeah.
So the fairy, she takes one last dive
Okay.
and comes back up.
All right, let me guess another axe. Platinum this time.
Uh-huh. Good one. Nope. This time it's just a plain old iron axe.
Oh, the real deal.
The real deal. And the woodcutter, you can practically hear the sigh of relief.
Yeah.
He's like, yes, that's mine. My axe. So happy.
He wasn't about the fancy axes at all.
Nope. And you know what? The fairy, she's so impressed by all this honesty.
She's gotta be.
She gives him all three axes. The gold, the silver, and his trusty iron one.
Talk about a reward for honesty.
Right. It's like the story is saying, honesty is always rewarded.
It's a good message.
Yeah, it's a classic for a reason. And the story even tells us that the woodcutter, he uses those axes, works hard, and lives a good life.
So it all worked out for him in the end.
It really did. So I'm curious, and maybe our listeners are too, think about other stories, or maybe even real life,
Okay.
where being honest, even when it was hard, maybe ended up making things better.
Yeah.
And do those rewards always have to be something physical, something you can hold? Or can it be something else entirely,
Yeah.
something you feel? Like maybe you get this feeling of inner peace.
Oh, that's interesting. Or maybe you build trust with others.
Exactly. That's worth more than gold sometimes, right?
Absolutely.
Anyway, just something to think about. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It was a good one.